You're watching Game Time, brought to you by the all-new Seltos all-wheel drive from Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA.
When I have imagined speaking to a group of people about Kobe Bryant, I usually picture in the context of his Hall of Fame induction, or as a guest speaker at one of Kobe and Vanessa's Foundation's event. But never ever could I have imagined that I'd be here today speaking at his memorial. And it pains me to my core. Like all of you, I continue to be devastated over the loss of my friend, my little brother, Kobe Bryant, and my beautiful niece, Gigi. To Vanessa and the kids, Kobe's parents, sisters, and other families who lost their loved ones on that tragic day, we grieve with you. All of us were forever changed on January 26th. As we know, the Black Mama's legacy will be more than just being one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And believe me, Kobe was truly a gifted and intelligent student of the game. I remember him saying, "These guys are playing checkers, and I'm out here playing chess." And I would say, "I guess so, Kobe. I don't know how to play chess." But I can tell you that Kobe, what filled Kobe's heart with the most pride was his role as a loving husband to Vanessa, daddy to Gigi and Natalia, Bianca, and baby Capri, and a loving son and brother. Kobe was a loyal friend and a true Renaissance man. As many of you know, Kobe and I had a very complex relationship throughout the years, but not unlike another leadership duo, John Lennon and Paul McCartney, whose creative rivalry led to some of the greatest music of all time. Kobe and I pushed one another to play some of the greatest basketball of all time, and I am proud that no other team has accomplished what the three-peat Lakers have done since Shaq and the Kobe Lakers did it. And yes, sometimes like immature kids, we argued, we fought, we bantered or insulted each other with offhanded remarks, our feud. But make no mistake, even when the folks thought we were on bad terms, when the cameras were turned off, he and I would throw a wink at each other and say, "Let's go whoop some ass." We never took it seriously. In truth, Kobe and I always maintained a deep respect and a love for one another. The day Kobe gained my respect was the guys were complaining. I said, "Shaq, Kobe's not passing the ball." I said, "I'll talk to him." I said, "Kobe, there's no I in team." And Kobe said, "I know, but there's an in me in that mother." So I went back. So I went back and told Rick and Big Shot Bob, I said, "Just get the rebound. He's not passing." Mamba, you were taken away from us way too soon. Your next chapter of life was just beginning, but now it's time for us to continue your legacy. You said yourself that everything negative, pressure, challenges, is all an opportunity for me to rise. So we now take that sage advice to now rise from anguish and begin with the healing. Just know that we got your back, little brother. I'll look after things down here. I'll be sure to teach Natalia, Bianca, and baby Capri all your moves, and I promise I will not teach them my free throw techniques. But for now, I take comfort in the fact as we speak, Kobe and Gigi are holding hands, walking to the nearest basketball court. Kobe will show her some new Mamba moves today, and Gigi soon masters them. Kobe, you're heaven's MVP. I love you, my man, till we meet again. Rest in peace, Kobe.
18-time NBA All-Star, a 2-time NBA Finals MVP, and a 5-time NBA champion, and he is the Black Mamba, the one, the only, Kobe Bryant!
Slam dunk. He's as high as a man can go without an airplane.
Bryant attacking. All the way, dumps it home! Kobe down the middle!
That was something special. Left-handed.
Behind the back. Pau Gasol. What a pass by Kobe.
Kobe slashing, finds the seam, and runs it down with a right hand. Kobe is fouled, and he will go to the line.
Kobe drives face for the Hello. Kobe at the buzzer. Yes. Oh, my goodness. Don't discount that man. Oh, what a shot on an good tough angle.
Go behind his back and Boykins the other way, and they'll finish off with Andre Miller. Maybe.
Hey, Kobe did not give up on that play. How about that play?
Now that's leadership. That's the kind of stuff he wants to do and exude.
He's pretty good rebound himself, had 8 rebounds. Kobe spinning down the lane. Nice pass to Shaq.
Kobe with a sick move in the lane. Long run out by Kobe Bryant. Behind the back.
What did I just see?
You just saw what Kobe does best, and that's bring people to their feet with a sensational play in the open court. Can you say dunk? Can you say wow? Kobe Bryant slashing and hammering home.
4 away from Elton Baylor's Laker record. Yes!
Well, there's 70.
Kobe's got the Laker record. 81-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
Artest looking, gets it to Bryant. Bryant dribbling, has to put it up with the buzzer. Banks it in! Oh, he banks in the 3! And that is just greatness personified.
You know, as a rule, we TV people try not to overwhelm our viewers with too much information graphically. But when it came to summarizing Kobe Bryant's career, there's just too much stuff there. So take from that what you will. Sometime in there, or someplace in there, oh, it's right at the top, 5-time NBA champion. Of course, a three-peat here in the early years with Shaquille O'Neal. They went to 4 finals together, but it does beg the question, as we just heard from Shaq a moment ago, what might have been had they been able to continue what Shaq described as a complex relationship, and the two of them had remained together for even longer. You know, what potentially could we have been talking about here?
I think it's safe to say more than 3
Oh, yeah.
world championships that the two of them shared together. You know, on the one hand, I think Shaq leaving allowed Kobe to really blossom even more so and show his growth as the guy on a team. But the two of them, even with all the stuff that went on, all the noise that Shaq alluded to in his remarks, they were able to both thrive and excel and be great playing together. And that's not an easy thing to do. And so, you know, we hear about all the bickering through the years and all the back and forth, but they were champions. I mean, and they were really, I mean, I played against them. They were a force unlike any other force that I saw during my 19 years in the NBA. And so, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, however many championships you can imagine. And I think as Shaquille was maybe getting older and, you know, physically was on the decline a bit as he got older, you know, like they could have just had sustained success and been in the championship picture year in and year out. You know, we can play a game of hypotheticals, which we're doing.
Sure.
But certainly those two were, you know, one of the greatest combos ever.
Well, obviously there have been teammates who have won more championships together, but I'm hard-pressed to think of a more formidable duo than Shaq and Kobe in their prime.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about the dominance of those two at their position, I don't know if anyone, you know, was more dominant, you know, than Shaq and Kobe when they were in their prime. And I remember when there was talk of them, you know, breaking up, and I picked up the phone and I called Shaq, and I also talked to Kobe, and I tried to express to both of them during that period of time how important it was that I thought, and the basketball community thought, that they stay together, because by both of them being so young, I just don't think that they realized the impact not only that they was having on the basketball community, but the longevity, if they could have stayed together, what they would have been able to do collectively. But, you know, as Shaq said, you know, they were young at the time, and, you know, they were the Paul McCartney, John Lennon of basketball at that time. And I thought what Shaq did today, you know, by bringing a little humor to the moment of this celebration, but also reminding people of how great they were together. And we're sitting here talking about what they could have done had they stayed together. And, again, youth, somebody said youth is wasted on the young, and they didn't have the wisdom at that point in time to really understand the gravity of the moment of what they were experiencing together.
And at the same time, on the back end of his career, Kobe Bryant may have needed to win championships as clearly the best player on those teams he won with Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom for his own sake, right? There was always the question, well, can you win it as the guy? Well, he proved that as well. But you do wonder what if they'd stay together all these years. Really fascinating and entertaining speech from Shaquille O'Neal earlier on Monday. Much more from Kobe Bryant's remembrance